Newzroom Afrika's Nasipi Same is at the scene and joins us live for more. Nasipi, I can't even begin to imagine how the community is coping right now.
Well, we heard from officials that this community is quite resilient, and those that were not affected have opened their doors to those that have been left displaced. At this moment, the rough estimate is about 200 people that have been left displaced following that dam that broke this morning around 4 a.m., leaving a trail of destruction. We heard from officials, including the authorities, that have not only visited this area, that at the center of this devastation is humanitarian aid assistance to those that have been affected, displaced, including partially affected, those residents that are still also trying to salvage, going through their belongings, checking what exactly that they can save from that flooding from this morning. Officials also indicating that as much as they're locked in a joint meeting at this moment, they will be giving us an update following that devastation this morning. We heard the disaster management spokesperson from the West Coast region, including the MEC of Agriculture, who are currently locked in a meeting and will be giving the media an update and give us a more consolidated report following that devastation this morning for you.
So still no word from the officials who, as you say, are still locked up in that meeting. But has anybody else outside of government sort of come forward to perhaps give a bit of some insights into what exactly may have happened and what it all means?
Well, we do expect that briefing in the 3 o'clock hour. We have visited and spoken to a number of residents in this community, some of them indicating that about 3 decades ago, the dam collapsed, or rather one of the dams collapsed. However, it was not, or rather it didn't affect the community at this state, or rather it didn't leave this trail of destruction. We heard from the MEC of Agriculture saying that this is a humanitarian crisis, taking into account how it has affected people. But we will be hearing from officials following those assessments on the dam that collapsed, including the other ones that we understand are in the jurisdiction of the city of Cape Town. Following those assessments by engineers, what the report indicates, whether or not they will be evacuating communities or residents that are in the low-lying area. We have seen the mop-up operations since this morning. Various members of the disaster risk management in this district cleaning and clearing the paths to ensure that people are making their way to their various destinations. However, we have seen some local law enforcement agencies that are visiting the various homes to register them, but also to ask them to make their way to the local primary school where the humanitarian aid is being provided to them. So most of the information we will be getting in this hour from officials when it comes to what really happened to the dam and the other 2 dams that have been assessed, the number of people that have been impacted. We do know that the various humanitarian aid organizations will be here tomorrow. The school that we're currently standing in was also adversely impacted. However, it seems to be some sort of base for residents, including officials that are meeting here, and people are dropping off blankets, including warm food and some essentials.
Nasipi Same, let's leave it there for now. We'll, of course, cross back to you as soon as officials come out of that meeting to give you guys an update.